Hello, Alabama. Paul Finebaum rants about DeBoer after Bama's loss is unforgivable. What now? How will things turn out? Alabama's loss to the Oklahoma Sooners last Saturday was one of those moments that makes Crimson Tide fans stop and think about the direction of the program. A 24-3 loss to an unranked team is not only hard to swallow, but it also resonates far beyond the scoreboard. The reaction was immediate and scathing, with figures like ESPN analyst Paul Finebaum not holding back in his criticism of coach DeBoer. Finebaum got straight to the point on his appearance on the Matt Berry Show, describing the loss as inexcusable and accusing the team of looking clueless on the field. For a team that entered the game as 2-touchdown favorites, the result was more than a setback, it was a reality check. When you're in charge of a powerhouse like Alabama, expectations aren't just high, they're constant. Losses like this don't go unnoticed, especially in the SEC, where every mistake is magnified by competitiveness and historical weight. That said, it's important to put DeBoer's situation in context. He took over the program with the challenge of maintaining excellence in an increasingly competitive landscape. Since his arrival, Alabama has shown potential in recruiting, outperforming rivals like Auburn in the fight for talent like Rodney Cleveland, and continues to be a force to be reckoned with. However, games like this one against Oklahoma expose cracks that need to be quickly fixed. Looking ahead, the team will have a chance to respond next weekend when they face the Auburn Tigers in the classic Iron Bowl. This game is more than a historic rivalry, it's an opportunity for the Crimson Tide to rediscover their identity and show that the loss to Oklahoma was a stumble. With DeBoer, Alabama will have to prove that they're still the powerhouse everyone expects them to be. Finebaum's criticism, while harsh, can be a catalyst for the team. Moments like these test the resilience of a program and a coach. DeBoer knows he's under pressure, the weight of running one of the biggest programs in college football. But if there's one thing Alabama fans have learned over the years, it's that the Crimson Tide don't stay down for long. The Iron Bowl is here, and with it comes a chance for redemption. It remains to be seen whether DeBoer and his staff can seize this opportunity to silence the critics and reassert Bama's place. Let's move on. Oklahoma's win over Alabama was a shock to the college football world, but for Brent Venables, it was an opportunity to reaffirm his vision for the team. As the Crimson Tide struggled to come to terms with the impact of that loss, Venables' post-game remarks were a blow in keeping with the outcome. Wow, it could have been the other way around. He not only celebrated the win, but took the opportunity to directly question Alabama's identity under DeBoer in what could be considered a watershed moment for both teams. Venables was bold, stating that Oklahoma demonstrated a solid foundation, something he said Alabama seems to be lacking at the moment. His words echo the philosophy of none other than Nick Saban, the legendary former Crimson Tide coach. Venables singled out the physicality and relentless effort of his players, traits he believes defined his team's victory. For Crimson Tide fans, hearing Venables question the team's identity is a blow. Alabama has for years been synonymous with physicality and precision execution, attributes that define the Saban era. Under DeBoer, however, the team still seems to be searching for its new identity. The loss to Oklahoma wasn't just a matter of technical or strategic errors, it was a reflection of a team that, at that point, couldn't match the intensity of its opponent. But before writing Alabama's obituary this season, it's important to remember that losses can serve as a catalyst for change. Venables may have seized the opportunity to shine, but what's really at stake now is how DeBoer and his team respond. The Iron Bowl against Auburn next Saturday is more than a chance to bounce back, it's an opportunity to redefine the direction of the program. Venables' comments put even more pressure on DeBoer, but they could also serve as motivation. If Alabama has been criticized for lacking physicality and identity, the Auburn game will be the moment to prove that the Crimson Tide is still a force to be reckoned with. The rivalry, the history, and the opportunity to silence the critics create the perfect backdrop for a comeback. Alabama fans look to DeBoer, hoping he will not only deliver results, but also a clear vision for the future. Alabama has built a dynasty based on consistency and excellence, and while this season has had its stumbles, what really matters is how the program responds to challenges like this one. Let's see how this team continues. It's been tough these days. At least Bama is still doing well in recruiting? Let's take a look. The way they invested heavily in Nan Montgomery, a 4-star wide receiver from Florida. Although currently committed to the Gators, Montgomery has drawn the full attention of the Crimson Tide, who demonstrated during his recent official visit that they will stop at nothing to bring him to Tuscaloosa. Montgomery, with impressive abilities to break down defenses and make contested catches, described his experience at Alabama as nothing short of incredible. That sums up how impressive the program is in terms of both structure and career path, which has become a Crimson Tide signature. For a player who already shows maturity and potential to contribute at a high level, the appeal of being part of one of the most successful programs of the last decade may be hard to ignore. What sets Alabama's approach apart is its declared all-in approach to securing Montgomery. This mentality demonstrates how much Coach DeBoer and his staff understand that in modern college football, the battle for talent begins long before the first snap. Even amid a season that has raised questions, the Crimson Tide remain aggressive and focused on building for the future and laying a better foundation for the futures to come. Additionally, Montgomery would not only be a technical addition to the roster, he brings unique traits that would complement talent already committed to 2025, such as Lotzier Brooks. Together, they could form a lethal offensive duo, combining physicality, speed, and explosive playmaking ability. It's exactly the kind of combination that DeBoer seems to be seeking to restore Alabama's relentless identity. On the other hand, the situation also serves as a reminder of how the Crimson Tide continues to defy SEC recruiting traditions. Flipping a recruit committed to another top program, especially one like the Gators, is no easy feat. However, Alabama has the history and resources to make it happen, which raises the stakes for Montgomery's final decision. As the battle for the young wide receiver unfolds, one thing is certain: Alabama isn't just playing to compete, is playing to win, on and off the field. If he can secure Montgomery, it will be a clear sign that, regardless of the ups and downs of a season, the Crimson Tide is continuing to build on its path to better and stronger foundations. Let's keep moving forward. Alabama received a major vote of confidence in its 2025 recruiting class with Djan Lee's emphatic statement. Did you see it? The 5-star commit put to rest any rumors of a potential switch to another program. A highly rated defensive back, Lee, who plays for Mission Viejo High School in California, made it clear that his loyalty to the Crimson Tide is not up for debate, reinforcing his commitment with a simple but powerful, locked, "I don't know where the rumors came from, roll Tide." This confirmation comes at a critical time for Alabama, which continues to attract attention from the player. Lee's confidence is more than just words, it's a reflection of the impact that Alabama has made through its ups and downs in recruiting history, and has managed to build something positive despite facing criticism and challenges on and off the field this season. The California defensive back's talent is unquestionable, and his decision to stay with Alabama speaks volumes about the program's enduring appeal. Lee is a dynamic player with the ideal combination of physicality, speed, and game-reading intelligence that make him a key player for the Crimson Tide defense moving forward. For DeBoer, retaining a recruit of his caliber is not only a recruiting win, but also a reminder that Alabama continues to attract elite talent, even in a competitive and speculative environment. With the early signing period approaching, starting on December 22, the focus now turns to keeping this class intact and, hopefully, adding even more talent. Djan Lee's commitment, however, is an important pillar, especially since high-profile recruits often face pressure to reconsider their choices. By reaffirming his position with such conviction, Lee not only reassures fans, but also sends a strong message to potential competitors: Alabama remains the destination for those seeking excellence. It hasn't been an easy few days, as I've been saying, but let's go ahead and say that Bama's recruiting campaign can still be strong enough to improve this team. What's your opinion? Comment.